Hey, 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 hey. How y'all doing? Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Y'all know this is our day for random acts of kindness. I hope everyone, absolutely everyone, is enjoying their Thursday. I hope everybody had a great holiday. For those of you I didn't get to talk to on Sunday. Okay, so we can talk about your holiday. But I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back and getting into the gossip. So look, all I'm going to say, well, it ain't all I'm going to say, but what I'm going to say is there's a reason I wait on the gossip, because as you wait and you let things just develop, if you will, when you wait and you allow things to develop, the story gets so much more interesting. And what story I'm talking about? Kandi and Todd. Yes, we got to talk about Miss Kandi Burruss. Okay, and she is fighting for her funds. Okay, I want all y'all to say a little prayer for Kandi and her money. A little prayer for Kandi and her money. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Because she's fighting to protect her bread from Todd Tucker's tiny hands. And them tiny hands is reaching. Lord is reaching for her cash. Hold on, I'm messaging Bianca. All right. So, yeah, y'all, say a little prayer for Kandi, because that garden gnome is after her cash. And y'all know I've been saying this for the longest time. For the longest, that he was after that girl money. Me and Joyce have been right the whole time. Been right the whole time. Sis on the phone, are you there? Are you there in the skybox? Watching the chat, slanging the wrench. I need to make sure you there. All right. I want to make sure all my folks is here. Let me greet who's here and let's get on into the gossip, because, honey, the foolishness has indeed ensued. Quiet Storm is in the house. The mother of our royal princess. She is like number 2. She's slanging that wrench, y'all. She's slanging that wrench. Sweet beloved. Hey, boo. Thank you for being number 4. Glad you made it. Peanut is number 5. Mama's baby in the house. Hey, Tiffany J. Yep, you made it to another live. I'm so glad you did. My sweet up in here. How you doing, boo? Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Tiffany Jackson is number 7. Tiffany J in the house. All right. My girl Magdalene Lamar is number 7. Uh-oh. Hold on. My sis, Latasha sent me a cash app. Let me send a heart back. I love to send a heart. Thank you, sis. I appreciate the love. My girl Magdalene Lamar is also number 7, the Black Woman Lifestyle. Boo, where you been? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being like number 12. My girl Renee up in here. Hey, Renee 6, what's happening? DV in the house. Thank you also for being number 6. And Janetta is lucky 7. Y'all know let me tell y'all a little something, okay, about me. And y'all probably gonna be like, Nitra, you real crazy. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, because it's an odd thing. I have a couple of odd things about me that people don't know. I am I'm always uncomfortable saying the word luck or lucky. Do any of y'all know why? You probably don't. You would probably have to have some very old country parents to get why I'm not comfortable saying the word luck or lucky. Thank you for being number 7. Renee, thank you for being 12. My girl Fatima is here. Hey, gorgeous. Thank you for being number 14. Yep, y'all send up them bubbles and hit the likes and put your like number in the chat. It's DS, D crazy, D amazing, D girl running, D reflection corner. Okay, so when she tap you on that shoulder, because y'all in here off glass, off chain, off the wing. You know, she's helping you to that corner. Miss Thelma, thank you for being number 17. Happy to be happy. Thank you for being number 6. Miss Nisi, thank you for being 16. I appreciate it. Anna Banana, hey boo. Welcome, welcome. Hit the like button. Thank you. Yanni, hey girl. Happy Thursday. Hey Maybelline. Yeah, I had to hit the government because when y'all pray for Kandi, use all 3 names. So the Lord, you know, address the blessing to the right place. We don't want it to hit nobody else. Worse than an infidel. I agree, Fatima. But let me tell y'all about this whole Lord G, darling, where you been? Have mercy. You been gone so long, we didn't know you were still living. It's good to see you, G, darling. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, good to see you. So look, let me tell you about this luck of a thing. So I'm always weird. Y'all make sure you hit the like button and don't forget your engagement button, the circle with the heart emoji. Tap it, hit any emoji you like, send up the bubbles because you know I need it. 101 Texas native. Hey, boo. Thank you for being number 24. You said he might have had love for Kandi, but he ain't really love Kandi for real. He just played the long game. He ain't never had no love for Kandi. I'm going to tell y'all why, too. We're going to get into it. Renee 6, that's you? Oh, I'm saying, Latasha, it's Renee. Hey, Renee, thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's my first support of the whole day, and I appreciate you for every bit of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Deborah Randall is here, so Housewives Talk is legal, and we definitely gonna get into some Housewives Talk too, because the girls been talking. God's anointed daughter, sis, how you been doing? It's so good to see you. I missed you. Welcome back. Thank you for being number 28. So the luck thing, why I be uncomfortable saying it? Hey, Jay is a gym mate. How you doing? All right, the divine Miss M. Thank you for being number 30. Oh, that's your middle name. You know what? It's so many black girls with a middle name: Renee, Lene, Danae, Shanae. Peanut middle name is Renee, but I spell it different. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad that you won your battle in Jesus' name. We claiming victory. If it ain't happened yet, we claiming it already. Cassandra Azika, thank you for being number 33. So the luck thing, let me just tell y'all this, okay? My mama used to tell us that we were never supposed to say the word lucky. Dead serious. She said, Emily said, we wasn't supposed to say the word lucky. And, you know, back then we weren't like children now who say why. You know, we never said why. Like why was not a word that we asked, you know. That was just unheard of. So we never said why. You just had a birthday on the 29th. Well, happy belated birthday, beautiful lady. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, and we pray that you get to spend many, many more on this side of the curtain with us. So she said we could never say lucky. And then, you know, we couldn't say why, right? Oh, wow. Well, we glad you still here, girl. And I'm glad you made it through all of those things. And I'm glad you still holding to God's unchanging hand. All right. That's one of my favorite hymns. Don't make me sing because I've been in the mood. So she said that luck came from Lucifer. And so she would let us say, like, you had good fortune, or you were fortunate, or you were blessed. You could never say luck. So even to this day, if you hear me use the word luck, I have a little this thing in the back of my mind, like I'm not supposed to be saying that. So usually if I'm saying it, I'm joking. I'm never serious with it because, you know, how could I be? And let me tell you something else that we couldn't say. It was a couple of words. We could not say F-A-R-T. And to this day, I still don't feel comfortable saying F-A-R-T. And I was never comfortable saying B-O-O-G-E-R. Now that I'm grown, I will joke around and say booger because it sounds funny, but I never could say that. Ooh, and I couldn't say D-O-D-O either. Hey, Siobhan. Say number 36. I told myself to stop saying lucky this year because it has nothing to do with the Abrahamic or Christian faith because it's Buddhism. Yeah, I mean, my mother definitely didn't get that deep. She just told us we couldn't say it because luck came from Lucifer, and that was it. And we did, you know, like I say, back then, children did not say why. You just kind of did what you was told, whether you understood it or not. You weren't allowed to say it either. See, Bianca the Beautiful has rolled into the chat, y'all. Yeah, we could say blessed. You could say blessed. Or if you were just speaking casually, you could say that someone was very fortunate. But we could never say look. Oh, no, mama wouldn't let us call nobody a fool either. Couldn't say that. I don't understand why. Couldn't say it. Y'all couldn't say but. You know, come to think of it, no, we had to say behind or posterior. You couldn't say but. That's true. That's true. Miss Kaiser, so say, glad you caught alive too. Thank you for being number 39. Too adorable. Thank you for being number 41. Yeah, you had to say somebody passed the gas. You definitely couldn't say F-A-R-T. And as old as I am, I'm, you know, it's certain words I'm still not comfortable saying, you know. Rochelle, thank you for being number 41. Yeah, you could use it in a sentence. You could say, "What is that, please?" But you didn't respond to that. You couldn't say lie. Now, I won't say we couldn't say lie. They didn't let us call grown people liars, even if they were lying, which was crazy. But they wouldn't let us call them that. I remember, don't worry, we're going to get to the gossip, but we're just talking because I ain't talked to y'all in a few days. So I remember back then, in the dinosaur days, right? Old people used to really have this idea that adults would not lie on children. And I don't know why they thought that, but a lot of them really thought that if an adult said something that somehow put some kind of stamp on it, they wouldn't lie on a kid or, you know, whatever, right? But you couldn't say it. And I remember it was a couple of occasions I got in a little bit of trouble, y'all. You know, one time I really didn't, and I was shocked. But, you know, they would say you did stuff, and if you didn't do it, or you say, no, I didn't, or you calling Miss So-and-so a lie. And I remember, yeah, you couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. Amen. Praise the Lord. And I would say, no, ma'am, I'm not saying she lying. I'm just saying I didn't do that. You know, hey, Deborah Harris, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being number 43. And so, you know, they was like, well, it sounded to me like you saying she lying because she said you did. And I'm like, I ain't saying she lying, but I'm definitely not going to say I did something I didn't do. So a couple times I got myself in a little trouble. Now, there was only one occasion where I didn't get into trouble. And I think it was because I went so far off the deep end that even my mama was sitting there like, yeah, you lying on this girl because she don't care about getting a whipping and nothing else. And that was about Miss Novella. And if she's still living, I think she is. I don't think she did. But she was a liar. And I couldn't take it. That was one of them times, y'all. Let me tell you, we was at choir rehearsal. And children's choir rehearsal used to be, BM. I had to say BM. You could not say D-O-D-O. Do not say D-O-D-O. And I never heard Dookie until I was like maybe first or second grade, because I had some friends that came from a different part of town and they could say stuff like that. And I thought it was real cool, right? Hey, Divine, thank you for being number 44. So, yeah. So youth choir rehearsal was on Thursday nights. It was a night like this. It was a night much like this. It was a little chilly too. And so people was running in and out of the church, but it wasn't everybody. It was her son and like a couple of people that was, you know, friends with him. That woman sat up there and said she was going to tell our mamas that all us was being loud and not practicing, and we was all running in and out of the church. And I said, no, I wasn't. And y'all know I was courting danger. I was asking for trouble because I'm talking back to this grown lady. Now, she was short. You know, she was like 2 inches from a midget. So, and I always been tall. So I'm darn near out of, as a matter of fact, I think I was out of her, and I didn't care. No, I was not. And so she was like, oh, you talking back? I'm going to tell your mama. I said, and I'll be there when you tell her. So lo and behold, my mama come walking out the fellowship hall with, who else was it? My Aunt Gloria and a couple of other grown people that was waiting for their turn to get out of practice and stuff. She come walking in there, and Novella say, Sis Smith, I'm telling these children to quit running in and out, and Seanitra went to talking back. I said, that is not true at all, and proceeded to tell my mama exactly what happened. I said, and I did talk back because she sat here and told us to our face that she was getting ready to tell a lie on us. Baby, look. When I tell y'all in my heart, I was ready for that whipping. I knew that whipping was coming. I could feel the licks. I could feel the wind from the strap on my booty cheeks. And yet I couldn't hold it. I just wasn't going to make it. Because I just, in my little heart, I had to been 11. But in my heart, I felt like, nah, it's one thing if a grown person say you did something because they think you did it. Or even if they did wrong and they said it and I didn't know you was going to say it. But you're not going to tell me to my face you getting ready to lie on me and I'm going to sit there and be you at your man. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, my whole life had flashed before my eyes and I was like, hit the pause button because I'm going to say this anyway. And y'all know it was the funniest thing. Mama did not whoop me. She made me be quiet. She made me go sit in the car. But I ain't get no whipping that time. I still don't know how I missed that whipping, y'all. I don't know what happened. I promise you. After I got grown, I should have doubled back and say, hey, lady, how come I ain't get no whipping that day? And then maybe I could have told y'all why it happened. But for whatever reason, that day, your girl survived. The whipping didn't happen. And she didn't even talk about it no more. It was wild. But yeah. And long story short, Miss Novella didn't lie on me no more. And even after we was grown, she was always very uncomfortable around me. She was working at the middle school when Peanut and her brother was going over there. And she still knew to be real careful around me. But anyway, so that's enough with the trip down memory lane. Well, for me anyway, we gonna get down to the memory lane with Kandi and Todd. Lord DV said your mom knew you and that lady. That must have been what it was. Peanut say she knew since you braved death's door, you had to be telling the truth. Yes, Lord, that had to be what it was. She had to say in her heart, it had to be. This girl is walking up to the barrier between life and death over this. So it's got to be real. It's got to be. Mama probably did give her the business, but she made me go sit in the car. So I can't even tell y'all what the grown people was talking about. I was told to go sit in the car and be quiet. So I don't know. She probably did tell us something. She probably did. Yep. Kandi came to her senses, but I wish she'd done it sooner. That's what I'm going to say. I wish she had done it sooner. So let's get into the Kandi and Todd of it all. Real quick, housekeeping. Really quick housekeeping. No cussing in my chat. If you must say a curse word, I need you to misspell it so good that even the AI that be cruising our chats cannot figure out what word you're trying to spell. I don't care if you got to use an emoji mixed in with it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Just don't spell the cuss words right. Okay? No bickering, arguing, disrespect of any kind is ever tolerated in my chat. Be kind to everybody, including your moderators and especially your hosts. Make sure you like this video. Put your like number in the chat, please and thank you. If I don't have to beg for likes, y'all know I like to play the like lottery when I don't have to beg for likes. Okay, so let's get those likes in there. And your like number is when you hit the like button. When the like count goes up, whatever number it goes up to, that's your like number. If I call your number, you got 2 minutes to make it to the chat with your like number and your Cash App. And you can't play the like lottery without Cash App. Also, if this is your first time hanging out with us, please put FTL in the chat for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we are so happy to have you here. And if you ain't been here for a while and you pop back in, don't be surprised if somebody says welcome. And I'm going to be surprised if y'all don't tell them welcome. Tell your sister you're happy to see her, okay? Because we are happy to see you. Hey, Miss Knox, how you doing, girly? Thank you for being number 51. Now let's get into it. And don't forget my bubbles, y'all. Don't make me check for my bubbles and they're not there. Okay? Now, y'all know the stuff that's been circulating online. We don't have to go through all of it, but we're going to talk about the Kandi and the Todd of it all. Me and Joyce was right the whole time. Me and Joyce was right the whole time. From start to finish. Now let's get into what Peanut said just a little bit ago. Because see, she's thinking that maybe Todd had love for Kandi, but he, really didn't love her like that. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the giddy up. I don't think he never had no love for Kandi. But what y'all think in the chat? Peanut says she think he did have love for her, but not like that. I don't think he never did. Put a 3 if y'all think he had love for Kandi. Put a 7 if you think he ain't never had no love for Kandi. I'm gonna put my 7. Y'all put y'all 3s if y'all think he did. We might get a split decision. I don't know. I'm gonna put my 7. I don't think he never loved that girl. I don't. And I think it's a shame. And I think it's disgusting and trifling. So Peanut says she thinks so. Me, DSDV. Dang, Renee said he wanted her money. She ain't even got a number. She just typed out he wanted her money. Miss Nisa say 3. Say he could have had some love. Hey, Cheryl, make sure you hit the like button. Hey, Ann Grace. Miss Praise Angel, thank you for being number 7. Oh, she's not number 7. She voting 7. Adrian Marie, hey, girl, thank you for being 52. Bianca says she thinks she had some love. DS say he was cosplaying a man. Say you can love and not be in love. You can. Quiet Storm say I'm gonna put 5 because he had love for what she provided for him and his daughter. That's what I think, which ain't no love. That's an opportunist. That's a greedy little bridge troll. Yeah, he loved what she brought to the table. He's a filthy scumbag. She should have listened to her mama. But I'm gonna tell y'all why I think what I think, and then I want to hear what y'all think. Okay. Too adorable say, I don't know. I'm thinking about the chick that told Kandi that Todd cheated and used her friend. Thank you for being number 55, Ann. Thank you, girl. Wait. Peanut said, I think he had enough love for Amelia over time, but he wanted her coin from the jump. Cassandra said he played the long game. Girl, I felt like Joyce from the beginning. In my opinion, I felt like the only thing Joyce did wrong was letting him make it to that wedding. Vicky Black, thank you for being 55. Fatima saying love with her pockets, property, and equity. I know that's right. Dana Brown, thank you for being 57. I know good and hell well it ain't 30 people sitting up in here in my house and don't like me. I need y'all to hit that like button. I don't want to have to stop and do a Duolingo, but you know I will. Don't act like y'all don't know. It ain't been that long. Please hit the like button. So let me tell you why. Yeah, he was after that bread from day one. Okay. In retrospect, let's not forget that Marlo let her know while they was over there in Jamaica that man said when he first met her on that Africa trip that Todd called that girl country and corny. Call her country and corny and said don't nobody even know her outside Atlanta. He never liked her. He didn't even not just didn't love her, he didn't even like her. He didn't respect her. He just thought she was an easy mark. Miss Knox said Christopher Williams' wife said he was an opportunist. Really? When Christopher Williams' wife said that, where can I find that at? Send it to me. DS say Kandi shouldn't have dated beneath her tax bracket and definitely not married. Sure shouldn't have. Fatima say note his strategy of just passing the 10-year mark after draining her to start failed business after business after business. That's right. Hey sis, that's Sharon. Sharon, thank you for being here, girl. Thank you for being number 59. Yep, y'all, please like this video. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you for being 59, sis. Siobhan say they always tell you the truth the first time, right? But he didn't say it to her. He said that to Marlo and some other people. And then it came back up. And I told y'all when Marlo brought that up and he didn't even bother denying it, I said then I didn't like that. You could at least deny it. You lie. You a man, so I know you lie all the time. That was the one time you should have been lying. You should have lied that time. Soon as Marlo said it, you should have said, Marlo, you used a Bigfoot lie. I ain't said that. He made sure he was going to get out the marriage with at least a business or two. Yeah, but the businesses was failing. I felt he didn't like her. Just the opportunity. Even Riley knew it. Yeah, Riley knew it. Sure did. Todd Tucker. Who the F does he think he is? Kandi is lovely. I ain't finna go into lovely, but she was better than him. Now I ain't gonna tell no lies for her, but she showed better than him. Christopher Williams woman said she knew Todd from New York, and he was always looking for a come up. It was that lady. My bad. Hey, I'm her beauty. Say this is the plot in his movie, The Past. This is definitely a scheme that Todd set up. Sure is. Sure is. Hey, Angie girl, thank you for being number 60. Sure did. Season 6, when she said that when they were on the boat ride. Yep. He can have greasy flow, dirty ice, OLG. Oh yeah. Because without Kandi, ain't nobody going there. So look. That is evidence number 1, because he didn't even bother denying it, y'all. That was my problem with him in that moment. You didn't even have the decency to deny it. Sabra, thank you for being number 56. Next thing that lets me know he ain't never cared about that girl, it was the whole prenup situation. Yeah, Aunt Bertha know what time it was too. That prenup situation, it was blaring. There was nothing in that prenup that he mentioned that his lawyer had a problem with. There should have been a problem. Y'all remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that, right? Wait a minute, hold on. Fatima said, do you think he was smashing her bestie/assistant after all then, because Kandi ain't had her around, at least publicly, for years? I don't know. Okay, I see the ones rolling in. Okay, with that prenup situation, there was nothing there. Why would your lawyer advise you not to sign a prenup? Because it wouldn't give you access to money she already had when you met her. That's not the behavior of somebody who love you. And then the fact that he drug it out. He had that prenup for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Did not sign it. Waited till the day of the wedding. Waited till the day of the wedding, a few hours before. Signed it on camera. Talking about against my lawyer's advice, against my legal advice. So you got legal advice. You had weeks, but you waited till the day of. That's the behavior of somebody who's a manipulator. Todd Tiny Hands Tucker. Todd Tiny Hands Tucker thought that if he waited till the day of the wedding, that Kandi would be so afraid of being embarrassed that she would just go ahead with the wedding if he refused to sign. In other words, what I'm saying is he tried to play chicken with that girl over her money. Now, that's what he tried to do. Now, y'all know I don't like Kandi for a bevy of reasons. But whether you like her or not, her money is her money. Hey, Classy. And yes, Mama Joyce was right from day one. From day one. But when it got down to 4 hours before that wedding, thank you for being 64, sis. And that girl said, we'll just have a big party. He realized, like, wait a minute. I'm trying to play chicken with her for her dignity, to see if I can embarrass her into just going through with this wedding if I just refuse to sign. And once he saw that if you don't sign, ain't no sweat, y'all just gonna have a big party. Yeah, that Randy person was in on it. I don't even think that Randy person was no real lawyer. If it was just somebody he knew through somebody that was there to say what he wanted to say. But he wanted to be able to say a lawyer was telling him to say that. He didn't want to just say, well, I don't want to sign this because if I leave, then I don't get nothing. You came with nothing. If y'all split up, she can't get nothing from you because you ain't got nothing. I'm going to tell you something else to let me know that something wasn't right with him. Y'all remember, let's pick another number. Put a 9 in the chat. If y'all remember when they was planning for Kandi's will and trust, and you know, hey Teresa, how you doing, girl? Thank you for being number 64. Put a 9 in the chat. If y'all remember them talking about the will and the trust and stuff, and who Kandi was gonna leave in charge of the children money and this and that. Remember, he got mad and stormed off because Riley said she didn't want him in charge of her money. Y'all remember that? Put that 9 in the chat if y'all remember that. Because I told y'all then That was a red flag. Kandi should have left in. Why is this man getting mad and storming off because he can't be in charge of your daughter's money? That ain't none of his child. She got a daddy. Now, her daddy might be a piece of trash, but she got a daddy. Why the hell would you be in charge of her money? Can we talk about that? Why would you need to be in charge of anything that belongs to Riley? Everything that her mama worked and accumulated was for her, because that was the only child she had up until she married Todd Tiny Hands Tucker and had them last two children, them last two head of children. But every dime that Kandi had worked for up until she met Tiny Hands, that's Riley money. And I don't care what nobody say. As mothers, we work for our children. Now, we can enjoy some of what we got while we here. Everything that we work, put together, and accumulate belong to your children. And by my count, Kandi only had one child. One, until she met Tiny Hands. One. Okay? So this man has shown over and over. Matter of fact, let's pick another random number. Put a 6 in the chat. If y'all remember him, I want to say 3, 4, 5 years ago, 4, maybe 3 to 4, 5, 3 to 5 years ago, going on social media talking about he was daddy daycare. I told everybody back then he was doing that because he was setting up a narrative that I'm the one take care of the kids because he wanted child support. Put a 6 if y'all remember the daddy daycare bull crap that he was posting on social media. I said then, he's setting Kandi up. The first time he made a post like that, Kandi should have trelawned her happy behind to the nearest lawyer's office. She should have went from lawyer to lawyer like she was bar hopping. She should have went from lawyer to lawyer like they took our Lord and Savior from hall to hall. Immediately. Let me have a look and seen a post talking about a goddamn daddy daycare. Ring, 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 ring. I need y'all to drop some divorce papers ASAPidly. ASAPidly. Draw them things up quick as you can. Y'all can borrow my pen. All my ink. Draw it up now. And say he was doing his production. Anybody with discernment could see that. But see, sis, me and you could see that. It was a lot of people still out here talking about Todd is a good man. They will literally call any Negro with a pulse who show up and show their face a good man. Enter Chris Samuels. We're going to talk about him later. Because there was a whole lot of people. He a good man. Monique is ungrateful. Shut the hell up. Women don't have to be grateful for poor treatment. If you don't like the way you being treated, you're supposed to say something. And any man that don't respect you telling him that you don't like the way he treating you, he don't care about you. And it's a whole lot of women that feel like if a man showing up and just his presence alone somehow makes him a good man and you supposed to kiss they behind and just be grateful because they in your face and let them take from you, Kandi, let them talk to you crazy, Monique. And if you got a problem with that, you ungrateful. And then, we got to talk about our cousin Joyce. Siobhan said this could get ugly if he brings up their bedroom activities as well. Oh, well. If you can't talk about it, don't do it. Even say they was about to turn on Kandi until he showed his hand. Yeah, they was ready to turn on her for a filthy, broke, dirty, dusty, destitute midget. Yes, they were. Yep, taking care of his own kids was Todd's reasonable service. It sure was. You a parent too. You ain't no daycare Negro that's called parenting. But now he got nerve talking about he want full custody because he want child support like I told you he wanted. I told y'all. DS say anybody as little as Todd is up to something bad. What else can he be up to? The view down there is terrible. Gotta be. Classes say now he claiming he had to turn down jobs to keep their kids. You ain't turned down no job. You'd have got a job. Somebody would have watched them churn. Kandi got a village. She don't need you. Adrian say Todd was documenting everything for the record, talking about you work too much. Yeah. And Candy's so dense, she didn't see it. Yes, Peanut say that's a good man, a visible nigga that just breathe. That's all they got to do. And he's a good man. He's visible and he breathing. He took pictures with you and clothes that you bought. Mm-hmm. Javon said her mom and aunt was trying to give her the game, but she didn't want it. She ain't want it. Yeah, he was trying to paint a specific detailed picture. That's exactly what that thing was trying. Oh, Tiny Hands is evil. Tiny Hands is evil. Let me find out that Tiny Hands is a sign of the Antichrist. I got to look into that, but it might be. Mm-hmm. It might be. I'm gonna look into that. Maybe teeny tiny hands is a sign of a demonic presence. I'm gonna find out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But listen, let's talk about our cousin Joyce, about Cud and Joyce. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Cud and Joyce. Mm-hmm. Everybody owe Cud and Joyce an apology. But me, because I done told y'all Joyce is my girl. Joyce, my girl. Can't nobody tell me nothing about Joyce. I don't care. Joyce is a woman after my own heart. Now, while I can't stand her daughter, I love Joyce because I understand Joyce. Mm-hmm. I understand Joyce. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Joyce clocked it. Joyce clocked it. And there was people sitting there talking about Joyce, the reason he gone. Joyce ran him off. With a mother-in-law like Joyce, that's what you need. That's what you need. You need a mother-in-law like Joyce when you's a broke, dusty, destitute, dingy, money-grubbing, thieving midget. You need one like Joyce. Pat, that is Tiny Hands. Y'all know he got them little tiny hands. I don't trust men with little bitty hands. That's creepy. They all talked about Joyce so bad. She was controlling. Yes. Because that lady loved her child. Y'all say what y'all want to say about Joyce. One thing about it and two things for goddamn sure. Joyce may have her ways, but Joyce is for Kandi. Joyce is for Kandi first. And that is the truth. Hey, Auntie Eva girl. Mm-hmm. According to Crooked Permanent Raccoon Eyes Mama Tucker, he's the prize and deserves to be paid accordingly. I'm glad his mammy gone. And that's another thing. People were so mad at Joyce for calling that lady a prostitute. She should have called her worse than that. Hey, Bap, Todd is showing exactly who he is with this divorce. And he ain't doing nothing but proving Joyce right. That's all it was. Joyce sniffed out that rat that Todd was. She seen them tiny hands. And she figured out them little hands is so they can sneak in and out of people's purses. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Joyce was being a mother. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you why I say what I say. Because, see, half the people had a problem with Joyce because, can we be honest, a lot of ladies in our community, and I'm talking about Black American women, I'm talking about my sisters, is male-centered as hell. And I'm just going to say it. A lot of the women in our community are male-centered as hell. And because Joyce wasn't kissing that man behind and she picked her child over everybody, Joyce is evil. Joyce worrying about her money. Joyce ain't had to worry about her money because she knew her child was going to take care of her. She wasn't worried about no money. She knew if she wanted it, Kandi was going to do it. That wasn't the point. She wasn't finna let that thing or his decrepit mammy run over her child and run through her baby pockets and then steal from little Riley to boot. Yes, I remember when Joyce said, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me off of your double snakes. And she meant that. Thank you. Yes, Todd was mad that Kandi paid for Joyce gambling and her house. That's her mama. So what? Thank you. If you don't think that you should pay for your mama, then don't you pay for your mama. But you can't tell her what to do for her mama because she where she at because of her mama. Mm-hmm. But back to this here. I'm going to just say this for the record. Joyce is my girl. Joyce, girl, wherever you are, bravo to you for not losing your cool and backing all the way off and letting your child learn the hard way without staying there. Shout out to Joyce for staying right there with her baby, step by step, hip to hip, and not backing off, because a lot of mamas would have got fed up with their child not listening and just fell all the way back and just let that man take her down through there. And shout out to Joyce for that, for hanging on in there. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. And me and Peanut was talking about this. Was that yesterday, Peanut, or day 4? One of them two. And I said something that occurred to me. Something occurred to me. Okay. And y'all, what occurred to me is Todd and his mammy better be glad that Joyce is from Georgia and not from Florida. Because the filthy, I mean, downright dastardly tongue lashing I'd have put on Todd and his mama, y'all would have been writing thesis papers on it to get your degrees. I'm with Joyce 177,000%. I would disrespect you to your bone marrow over my children. Now, had I just met this lady, me and her, woman to woman, woman to woman, we might have been cool. But when your child trying to hurt my child, girl, not only will I insult your child, I will insult you. I will insult your mammy, your grandmammy. I will insult everybody in your lineage 400 years back. I will insult you down to your cellular level. If I can, I will split your atoms and insult both halves. Joyce is my girl. Joyce gave it everything she had to try to keep that from happening. Joyce felt like if I go full blown balls to the wall nasty, maybe this will just end. Joyce gave it all she had, and I'm gonna always respect that lady. She gave it everything she had. The only place where she messed up is she should have had somebody make him come up missing. That's the only thing extra that she could have did. I mean, I ain't saying that I would have did that, but just in case. But I ain't saying I wouldn't. Because I promise you, I ain't never cared about being nice, politically correct, pleasant, cordial, or nothing. When it comes to protecting my children, I don't have no rules. And what I won't do is a short list. It's about this short. Y'all know y'all can't see no daylight in between. It's a little bit of daylight. Can you tell us? Yeah, that's how short the list is. Bab say Joyce helping her daughter hold her head high through this nonsense, not to let Todd drag her through the muck. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kandi did more for his daughter than he ever did. That should have told folks all they needed to know. Nah, they thought that they was trying to defend him, talking about, oh, no, they need the struggle. Riley don't know how to clean a bathtub. Her mama's a millionaire. What the hell she need to know how to clean a bathtub for? She been raised her whole life like a little princess. Why on earth does she need to know how to clean a tub? DSA come up missing and help. Girl, I'd have helped them look for that thing. I'd have went and got a metal detector like they use on the beach and just been sweeping it back and forth across the lawn. Beep, beep. I'm looking for him, y'all. I got this section over here. I'm listening. God bless his soul if he'd have made it to that church. Miss Nisa say Todd ain't want Kandi to do for Kayla. Kandi even mentioned it. No, right, because that was his way of trying to stop her from doing for Riley. If he could say, I don't even want you to do for mine, that was his way of saying, see, I'm so righteous, I don't even want you to do for mine. He was mad because she was spending her money on her child. She worked for her child. Like all of us mothers do. Even say most women don't cut for their kids like that. That's why they was talking so bad about Joyce. There you go. These are the same women that the children come tell them a man touching them and they'll take the man's side. Or the man said something to them out the way and they'll take the man's side. Instead of plotting on, who got a pen of hogs to feed him to. They'll go take the man's side. Yeah. Bap say, and I bet there's still women out there asking what Kandi did to him. Oh, yes. But we got to talk about Kandi too. Because see, number one, Kandi could have avoided all of this had she listened to her mama. That's one. Number two, when the people were saying, hey, I know this cat from way over here, opportunities, people trying to warn her about this man, and she didn't listen. Hey, warning come before destruction. Warning come before destruction. See, why, a wise person will listen. The wise will listen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kandi ain't got no problem with the child. Kandi ain't that type of person. Now, I may not care for her, but she's not that type of person. Even say most of them praying for 18 so they can be done with the job. Right. And 18 does not end mothering. I don't care if mine's 60. If I'm still breathing, you might want to watch yourself. And say he was trying to keep the money for himself. Todd was after Kandi's bag since day one. Sure was. And let this be a PSA to every lady here. Any man you met with little hands, enter at your own risk. And don't say we didn't warn you. But let's talk about what else Kandi done said. Kandi done said that he was messing with a woman behind her back. Now, I don't know who I was talking to. As a matter of fact, it might have been at the Sipping Craft when we was in Discord in the voice channel and all us was talking. I told y'all, yeah, he was mad when she bought Riley that Porsche. Because he jealous. He was jealous of that baby. He wanted all that money to sit there. He wanted to control her money. But my thing is, Todd, you could have controlled millions of dollars. All you had to do was make them first. All you had to do was make the millions. And then you can control millions. You don't wait till somebody else make them and think you just move in and control them. Little Lord Fauntleroy, tiny hands. That ain't how that works. She was listening to her good friend, Phaedra, who would never lead her astray. Well, like I said, Phaedra was hunching her ex-con on an air mattress. Phaedra made bad decisions. Hey, gossip news. Right, Kandi is full grown. Phaedra might have just expected her to hunch him on an air mattress, not go marry him and let him have access to your bread. Now that's all I'm saying. But now Kandi say he was hunching somebody, going with somebody behind her back. And I said in the voice channel, for Kandi to walk off after he done showed all these red flags, it had to be something to do with him probably taking her money to take care of another woman. I believe that. Jason Jimmy said Kandi is so hard-headed. Wait, Kandi is so hard-headed and stubborn. Sometimes you have to learn a hard lesson. I've been there, not for a man, but in life. Yeah, a lot of time people do be hard-headed. Yeah, Paula was on that air mattress, and Phaedra was over there hunching that man. That ex-con on that air mattress is what she was doing. Okay, thank you for being number 86. Fatima say he also used his daughter. I believe he was aware of prior, but acted brand new as a shoehorn as a conduit to pull up on her apron strings and woo the audience. He clearly never cared for that poor girl. No, she was a tool to help break into Kandi's wallet, and also a tool for manipulation, so he could prove, see, I don't spoil her, so don't spoil Riley. You don't spoil her because you can't, because you're broke like the rest of us. Todd, is DS say Yosemite Sam wanted to ride Kandi's magic carpet instead of making his own, right? Which means he ain't no man. DS, didn't you say he was a male impersonator? Hey, makeup addict, hit the like button, girl. Oh yeah, he did that. Black Woman Lifestyle said Kandi 49 and Todd supposed to be 53 or 54. Todd want to retire and be able to watch the nanny who is watching the boys. Right. But my thing is, if Todd wanted to be able to retire at 53 or 54, then Todd should have put in the work so that he would have the means to retire. You don't try to retire off nobody else's sweat. That's a loser. But I felt like that's what it was. Kandi told on Todd once she alluded to him taking money into a lot of busted investments. She helped him fund several broken dreams. Oh yes, but he was trying to create all these businesses with her money so he would have something to take half of. Yeah, we all know he wasn't forced. We all seen it on camera. That's right. She said cosplaying a man. I called him a male impersonator. Potato, potato. Nina Ross. Hey, girl. Thank you for being 87. Hey, Love and Life. What's happening? So, look. She say she ain't have no idea. Now, this is where I got to call Kandi on the carpet. Kandi Lanice Burruss. Are you really going to sit here and tell us you ain't had no idea? Kandi, you can't tell us you didn't have no idea. We all sat there and watched the Black Mamba tell you that he had other women, that he was going to New York telling people his name was Marvin. We watched the Black Mamba tell you this. So don't say you didn't have no idea. Girl, you had an idea. You had an idea. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I'm at the little baby. We seen him on the KFC commercial. DT. Hey. You. Okay. Hey, Seanitra. Thank you for being 68, girl. I can't believe Kandi thought she was in control. She was. Yeah, she was. She said, I can believe Kandi thought she was in control. She was in control of her wallet. And I'm glad of that. And thank God for Joyce, because not for Joyce, Kandi wasn't even going to get that prenup right. She wasn't. Joyce wasn't going to shut up about that prenup, and I'm glad she went on and did it. And I feel like she went on and did it because that was her way of saying, Mama, I can prove he really want to be with me because he willing to sign this. Y'all, hold on. Don't go nowhere. Amazon delivering something. Hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Let me meet the people at the door. I just seen them on the camera. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Oh my God. I'm back. They brought me more packages than I thought. God help me. Help me, please. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm back. Great God Almighty. I wasn't supposed to have this much stuff coming. I don't think. What is happening here? Okay, so I'm going to say this. I may have an Amazon problem. I don't know, but I could. What's happening, Nate? Welcome. Thank you for being number 90. Yeah, Todd refused to sell a condo in New Jersey. Well, he didn't need to, because remember, he was saying that he had a problem with her saying that if they split, he had to leave in 30 days. And it's like, yeah, you got to leave in 30 days. Is you crazy? You got a condo, you got somewhere to go to. Go get out that girl's house. And don't tell me you, all the little business ventures y'all did together, you ain't got no money put up, because you do. Hey, Rianne. I believe Mo gonna come out now that they getting a divorce about Todd. She said he be out 5 a.m. a lot of times. I heard that from the people in the street too. Oh, DT done grabbed that crown back. I know that's right, baby. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So let's while we talking about these dysfunctional menses and stuff, let's get into Monique Samuels. Let's get into Monique Samuels. So Monique was on the podcast with them women's talking about Chris. And I want y'all to hear some of this in her words, okay? Because it's a lot of people, and even yet, I still see people in the comment section like she need to shut up, and you know she want attention. It sounds like she done wrote a book, and I'm trying to understand if that's what she went through and that's her experience. Why is she not allowed to tell her story? Why do people, especially other Black women, get real comfortable telling Black women not to talk about what they went through with these no good men? Who made that up? Who made up that rule that men can mistreat you, handle you bad, even put their hands on you, assault you, and don't you say nothing? You need to shut up. You want attention if you talk about it. Who made that up? And we're going to get into the cookie of it all, too. We're going to get into the cookie of it all. Because the people is saying, and I'm going to show y'all what the people say, that Cookie supposedly got like a fake Twitter page or a blog or something, and that she be on there running down a lot of the people on the housewife shows. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they're saying. And remember, when we was talking about the Cookie and Monique of it all, I told y'all what I thought. I felt like you met Cookie through Chris, you and Chris split, and Cookie took Chris' side. I said that. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember me saying that. Well, apparently, y'all, it looked like I'm not that far from wrong. That's exactly what happened. And whatever it is that Chris wanted to put out, Cookie took his side and was using her fake Twitter page, according to Monique. I don't know, this is what Monique said, and was like posting and broadcasting what Chris wanted to put out there. Classic Quiet Storm. Y'all remember me saying that, right? That's the way I read it. Pat say, well, since he's so friendly with Portia, maybe he can get some of her. Allegedly, we know Portia like other women husband. No, she don't. Portia like money. And Todd ain't got none. I don't know who told y'all Portia just wants some used up little dirty broke man that's going to be begging her for money. The first time Todd, little broke, dirty, tiny hand self, asked Portia for $5. That big corn-fed Amazon is going to stomp a mud hole in him, as she should. As she should. I believe she is writing the book. I believe she is writing the book. She got a right to. Everybody else writing the book. Everybody else writing the book. Y'all let Portia write a book. So why Monique can't write one? Loving Life says, crazy how people will invest so much time trashing another human to gain what? She took sides. What you mean? Talking about Cookie, that is. She took sides. That's her friend. Her friend wanted to trash Monique, and she took sides. This Shalon. Hey, Shalon. Angie Girl said P. Willie was one of the first to tell Kandi to run. Show did. She was the one told Kandi about Marvin. And Kandi got mad. Oh, let's talk about this real quick before we get into the Monique of it all. Shall we? Because this is one of them things that I have said before, because I saw through the bull crap. I did. Me did. I submit. That's why Kandi threw that whole fit pretending that people thought she was trying to drug and assault Portia, because that ain't what Portia said. Portia said, I heard you wanted to. But Kandi blew that up because she didn't want people to focus on the Marvin of it all. Cause that's the thing that Portia said that Kandi wanted to keep quiet. I mean, he could think that, but it's up to a woman to accept. Portia wouldn't let that man within 100 feet of her with his little broke self. Yeah, I think Monique fell out with the lady that was her best friend back then too. Hey, Aries Diva. Classic say Kandi knew about Marvin, a hit dog gonna holler. And I think that's why Kandi was hollering. Kandi was mad with Portia for mentioning Marvin. I think that Kandi knew about Marvin, just like you said, Classy. And so she went to hollering and screaming and sounding like a billy goat. Y'all know how she likes to do. And pretending it was about that, because if y'all remember that scene, Kandi was not upset when her and Portia was talking. When Portia said, oh, I heard y'all want to put something in my drink and take my stuff. You know what I heard you said. But when Portia said, oh, he cheating on you, he be in New York telling people his name is Marvin and he going with women and stuff. Portia, not Portia, but Kandi got upset at that. That's what ruffled Candi's feathers. That's what ruffled her feathers now. If we gonna really keep it 100, if we gonna keep it 100, that's what ruffled her got doggone feathers. Or we not allowed to say that. We still gotta pretend like we still do we still have to pretend like we believe that Kandi thought that girl was telling people she was trying to assault her? Are we still gonna pretend like that? Because I knew better from day one. And I love when I can come back and say I'm right. I love when I can come back and say, see, I knew I was right. And now Kandi up here talking about, you know, she ain't had no idea. Kandi, you had an idea. Oh, you had an idea, sugar. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You had one. As long as everybody keep going on and on and on about Phaedra telling Portia about a rumor that Carlos King started. And that's why you so upset, so you say. Yeah. Let's just say I don't believe you, hun. I don't believe you. Never did. This is the part right here that you was actually mad about. This the part you was actually mad about. This the one. This the one. Yep. That's right. That's what I'm telling you, Miss Nissy. All I got to do is wait, and I'm going to always be vindicated because I know when I can see through the bull crap, but people don't never see through it, and they be low-key mad at me because I can see through it. I saw somebody say something earlier this week on social media. It was a clear woman at that, but she had she made an excellent point. An excellent point, which was that when you have discernment, when your discernment is strong, people a lot of times will take your discernment as negativity. They can take your discernment as negativity because you can see what's going on behind the words that people say. They accept people's words at face value, so they kind of want you to accept words at face value too. And when you don't just accept the words at face value, then you become a bad person. And I never did accept the words at face value. Because when the words that you saying don't make no goddamn sense, and I can see through it, and I know that words mean things, and the words that you saying don't mean what you telling me they mean, I'm just not, I just ain't never been no slow girl. I just ain't never been no slow girl. Sharon say, Miss Nitra, you clocked Candice T long time ago. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And Pat, of course, she got intuition and she was told. And instead of her taking it for what it was worth, she tried to find the slightest thing she could think that Portia said, because she was hoping she could get Portia fired for telling us about Marvin. That's what she was trying to do. That's what she was trying to do. And I told y'all that. That's why when she found out it came from Phaedra, she wasn't doing all that woofing and hollering and acting like she wanted to fight no more. But I told y'all that. Let me share the screen. I'm gonna just share the screen. Let's get into Monique, because I ain't gonna go through the whole "I told you so" chronicles with Kandi, because I told y'all so. Hey, Cocktails with Lovable Lisa, thank you for being number 96, girl. Let's share the screen. Miss Sparkle in the house. Hey, girl. Our resident Mary Kay lady is in the house. She just clocked in. Okay, so let's get into the Monique of it all. Monique had a lot to say. So let's get into the Chris part, and then we're going to get into the cookie part. The Chris and then the cookie. We're gonna talk about his abuse part, what she said was abuse, and then we're gonna get into the co-parenting, and then we're gonna get into the cookie. Okay. The Chris, the co-parenting, and the cookie. In that order. The Chris, the co-parenting, and the cookie. Y'all turn your sound up and let's get into it. Okay.
Like it's gotten even worse, and what's interesting is I stayed pretty quiet and I tried my best not to bash because I didn't want it to affect our co-parenting. And he got to the point where he started saying very inappropriate things to the children. Wow. He told the children about the video that y'all saw. He actually described it to them. And I'm like, why are you telling, at the time they were 11, 9, and 6, why are you telling children these things? Crazy.
And let's stop there, because I want to point out something. Listen carefully to what she is saying. Chris Samuels, and we're going to get into that because it was a video of her and a guy that, you know, I guess she had romantic inclinations toward, that was, you know, a friend of hers, and then they became romantically involved at some point or another. She said that Chris took it on himself to go describing a video of her and the man hugged up and stuff to little children, 6, 9, and 11. I will have y'all know that it was Black women in the chat talking about how is it inappropriate if he telling them about a video you was in. Like some of these women are so male centered that even a man describing adult content to children, even though nobody wasn't nude or nothing, but even describing adult themed material to children, they don't even think that's inappropriate. It's okay for a man to even do that. Okay, I just want y'all to understand, when I say some of these women are male centered, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Okay.
Twisting the narrative of why the marriage ended, made it like, oh, your mom was having an affair and she was cheating.
No accountability, sir.
Listen,
like, because, you know, it's one thing, like, you took accountability for why things maybe on your end,
right?
But he hasn't been able to face the fact that you talk about the lack of affection,
right,
the lack of intimacy. There was even one part in the book where things did get physical that you described on one occasion, in the book, that felt scary, but witnesses were there to act.
Oh yeah, so she is writing a book. They said in the book, so it is in the book. So she's telling her experiences. All right, Monique.
Actually see him basically lift you up by your throat.
Yeah. OMG. Like it's gotten even worse. Yeah. And it's crazy because I think what had me the most was me rationalizing things afterward, you know? And it's like, I did kind of egg it on. I did kind of instigate it. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just let it go.
Right.
And when you're in a marriage and when you've seen it growing up, it's almost like, yo, like, this is normal. Like, okay, we'll get over it. And that was one of the biggest things that led me to get to that point where I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. When I started to think about the fact that my children are witnessing me have behavior that's opposite of what I preach to them, which is self-love. And they're watching me run myself and deplete myself into the dirt. And this is being allowed, you know, and I felt like I just had to keep proving myself. And I'm like, wait, but we're married. Why should I have to prove myself to a person, you know, and we're supposed to be equal. So it's just been a very difficult situation. But the reason why I speak out and I'm talking more and more about it now is because I felt so alone going through it. I didn't realize that there were other people that had the same experience. Yeah. And it's crazy because.
Okay. So I do want to acknowledge, she said that one time it got to the point of him picking her off the ground by her throat and she let it slide. I still do not understand how you let that slide. I mean, is it a cha-cha slide? Is it electric slide? Like, which kind of slide is it that you do? It's a lot of sliding going on, a lot of sliding. But let's get into the co-parenting conversation of it all, and then we're gonna talk about this.
And it was funny because once again he started this whole rumor that I got fired.
We didn't have a video of you saying that you were leaving.
I know, it's just insane, and it's been a lot because this is the first time I'm really putting it out there because he has done so much in the neighborhood, in the streets of Potomac, and anybody that lives in Potomac that has crossed paths with him knows exactly what I'm saying. Within 5 minutes, he will pull out his phone. My kids even said that he has a whole folder with screenshots and pictures of me. And at one point, it's been bad. And to the point where he would even tell me, I got eyes on you. Why? It's like, you enjoy your life.
You dating on you. Focus on that. It's like, how does it go from we were in love to like, do you hate me? You know what I mean? Like, what is that about? Because and even watching Real Housewives and seeing like, we've all seen, this is kind of part of the storyline is Stacey. People are saying that she's dating him or whatever happened, she dated him. And you're like, I don't care. We haven't been together for 2 years.
Right. And it was funny because once again, he started this whole rumor.
We've been together for 2 years.
Right.
And you really seem genuinely like,
I literally don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you good with kids?
Very much.
Like, she got a 9-year-old daughter. Okay, if y'all dating, cool. The kids can have a play date. Like, right.
That's how you know you are over it when you are honestly like, I wish you well.
Yeah. And I really do wish him well, but I would also wish for him to leave me alone. It's like, let me live my life. You're living your life. You're dating and doing whatever you want to do. And what's crazy is I'm not even dating. I'm not even to that point yet. And honestly, the way things are panning out, even with that, it's like, I would even hate to bring somebody into a situation where he's acting the way he's acting and we're trying to co-parent. Right. You know, it's a lot.
Okay. So that's wild. And I'm with her on that. Like, at the end of the day, are you good with kids? That's the only thing that mattered. Right. And he does. That's the behavior is giving. And I do believe her when she's saying he's telling her, I got eyes on you. Men do stuff like that. And lovable Lisa, I don't even know what type of time you on, but let me give you a 30-second warning. We're not playing that game in here. We're not playing the game where we're male-centered and we're slobbing on the fallacies of men we never met and saying that a woman expressing her experiences with a Negro is somehow she wrong and she don't need to be saying it. I don't believe her. Well, I believe her. So don't come in here with that. I'm going to just tell you that up front. Don't come in here with that. Because she is not dogging him or nothing. That lady's just saying, hey, co-parenting has been a nightmare. And she said on one occasion he picked her up by her throat. She didn't say he beat her every day. I don't understand how she let him do it one time. Monique ain't big as a minute. And the fact that big, gigantic behemoth grabbed that girl up like that by her throat, hell, even by her arm is too far. I'm a girl you can't cuss at. If you cuss at me, that's assault. If you raise your voice at me, you just assaulted me. I'm gonna just tell you that. If you're a man, don't raise your voice at me. Don't curse at me. Don't yell at me. Don't do none of those things because all of that is assault. All of it. So yeah, don't come in here with that male-centered bullcrap. If you want to go somewhere where people call women liars for telling their story, there's lots of channels who will do it, and this ain't one of them. Thank you, management. Peanut say he could sue her and would if she was lying. He ain't issued a statement yet. He's pissed she taking advantage of her autonomy. Exactly. And at this point, I believe her. She probably scared to try to date at the moment. And he up here telling her, I got eyes on you. And I know men do stuff like that. It's been done to me. My best friend was married to a man, divorced him while he was in prison, and he still had people watching her on the street in the free world. So no, just say ain't no man ever went after you like that. Maybe they didn't think they owned you. Maybe they wasn't vexed to lose you. But some of them men get very violent and very possessive and very obsessed. And to any woman going through it, open your mouth and talk, because we're going to back you up, and we're not going to sit here and tell you, I don't believe you. We're not doing that in here. Angie girl said, I believe it. More violence than she admitted to. I believe that too. But that's something else that we have to talk about and like really dig into as far as who we are culturally as Black American women. We're taught so much to be strong that we almost feel embarrassed or like we did something wrong if somebody abuses us. That is not the lick. That ain't the lick. I believe her too, Rochelle. Yeah, we support our Black American sisters up in here. Yeah, you are being male-centered because I don't care who the woman is. I don't care if you don't like the way she dressed or something else about her. A woman tells you a man abused her, the first thing out your mouth shouldn't be, I don't believe her, because when it is, that is male-centered as hell. And this ain't the place for male-centered behavior. Thanks. Chris is like that because of his mother. Yes, his mother was the first mammy that taught him it's okay to mistreat and abuse women and to disregard and be careless with the feelings of women. His mammy taught him that. And he looked just like her. DS say, my ex-husband has stalked and menaced me for 10 years. I currently have a protection order. So sorry that's happening to you, sis. And I wish you had a cousin like me that lived close. Because I'm a true Floridian. And I'm real handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Even say, it feels gross when a guy can report when you've been... When a guy can report when you've been seeing this in that place. Yes. Oh, you was over here. You was wearing that. Oh, you was talking to somebody. You was at Olive Garden today. Or you was at Red Lobster. Or you was at the mall, huh? That's a messed up feeling. That is a messed up feeling. I'm just, me, I have a lot of Philip Smith in me. And I've always made it very, very clear to any Negro walking, riding. If I got to look over my shoulder, you ain't going to like how I respond to that. Angie Girl says it's like telling a great victim it didn't happen. It sure is. And that's horrible. That's horrible and it's disrespectful. Divine Miss M say my BFF was murdered by her husband who didn't want to work. Yep. Soon as you try to get your freedom, here they come. Act worse than plantation owners. And these are the same women. These are the same women, the same men, rather, that'll sit up and tell women that you ain't got no value, what you bring to the table. Obviously, everything, because y'all don't want to let them go in peace. Yeah, well, you don't want to let them go in peace. Ms. Parker said they enable their behavior and think everybody is to honor that behavior. I know that's right. It came from his mammy. From his no good mammy. Pat say, telling Sharon, I agree. His mother was just nasty and verbally abusive to Monique. She may be little, but he shouldn't put his hands on no woman, period. That's true. That's true. And she kind of like let a little slip about her business. Hey, TTT, say, I believe her. She was living in her car. He can't believe she would leave. Right. They be thinking if they give you a certain type of life or they spend money on you that you would never have the nerve to walk away. Because that piece of trash that was doing that to my best friend, to my sister, before them feds picked him up, he had the nerve to tell my sister that she was bought and paid for. He said that to her face. That's how them men be thinking. So no, I definitely believe her on that. That's right. Yeah, I ain't gonna never tell none of my sisters, hey Shakuru, what's up, sis? I ain't gonna tell none of my sisters I don't believe. No, I believe you. Because that's one of the biggest obstacles to Black women being vulnerable and open and telling exactly what's going on is the fact that, one, you feel like ain't nobody gonna believe you, and two, you're gonna feel like ain't nobody gonna care, or if they do believe you and care a little bit, they're gonna minimize what that man did. And they're gonna start asking you what you did to make it okay for him to do what he did. Now, like I said, my energy is a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Because I always felt like I wasn't going to wait for nobody to believe me. I wasn't going to wait for nobody to listen to me. I wasn't going to wait for nobody to take it serious. If I take it serious, that's enough. And I'm finna do something real messed up. So if anybody got to be looked at and be like, okay, this person deserves forgiveness or whatever, it won't be him. You're not gonna come to me and say you need to forgive this person. I'm gonna do something to you, and then that way they can ask you to forgive me, because I'm not gonna be the one being asked to forgive you for something heinous. I'm gonna just do something worse to you, and I'm gonna let them convince you to forgive me. I ain't never been the person to sit back. I told y'all what happened with Novella. Now I will fly into the face of death. I don't care. And remember, he assaulted Monique in front of other people. Yeah, she said that he did it in front of people. Financial abuse, yes. Men do that a lot. But let's get into the whole Cookie of it all, y'all. Y'all got to hear the part where Cookie come in, because I felt like I had figured it out right, but apparently I think I did.
It's a friend that's been on the show, Cookie. She and I stopped talking years ago.
The infamous Cookie child. You know,
yeah,
I Cookie.
Yeah,
she was in and out of that party.
Listen, and it's really interesting because it initially got leaked on one of her very well-known fake Twitter pages. So yeah, everybody knows.
I can't believe you're back on this show, girl.
I know.
It's so much already.
So much came out. But you know what's crazy? He tried to use that video to intimidate me from coming back. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, do what you gonna do.
Wow.
So it was always like, then it was like, well, I ain't gonna do that. You the mother of my child. I ain't.
So wait a minute. So the video in question, and we're gonna take a look at that. So the video in question that he had Cookie to put on her platform was because he didn't want her to come back on to Bravo. Oh, so Monique want to be famous. Chris don't want her to be famous. Okay. I told y'all Cookie took sides. Cookie sided with Chris, and she gonna help Chris, do this girl in. Okay, so this is where this is coming from. Okay.
Ain't gonna do that. You still the mother of my children. But then he still did it. But then he was even intimidating the other parties. Reached out on Instagram DMs like, call me, I need to talk, and then threatening, I'm gonna put this out on social media. So this wasn't a surprise.
Oh my god!
It was just didn't know when, but it wasn't. And the video is 2 years old.
Right?
Yeah,
yeah. Because that's what people were saying. So he was going through his own separation at home,
right?
While you were going through what you were going through,
right? It's a friend that's been on the show, Cookie.
I can't do all of that.
And that is a 2-year-old video, because I remember when Monique hair was like that. So he had Cookie put this on her platform from 2 years ago, because this was his plan to stop Monique from going on the show. And like, oh, I ain't gonna do that because you the mother of my children, and then went on and did it anyway. Okay, so I see why she don't like Cookie. And then this is the video that he was, according to Monique, describing to the children that this man was hugging your mama and kissing your mama on the cheek or whatever. Whatever. Yeah, Cookie, you dirty for that one. Yep, he wanted her to be attacked if she came back. Right. He was doing that so that the fans would be attacking her and calling her names and, oh, you a hoe, you a this, because you know how they like to do black women, Clear women can be the whores of Babylon and nobody bats an eyelash. A sister go on one date. She is literally Rahab or Vashti. She's all of them. Jezebel, everybody. That was the game. Pat say it's that master complex. They think they own you because they have more than the woman they thought wasn't used to money or material things. Oh yes. Oh yes. So that's where the problem come in, was with Cookie. Cookie got they said it's a couple of platforms. So let me pull this back up so I can read this. So this is somebody named Jamie Tyler who posted online too. Now this has been making the circulations. I'm gonna read it. If y'all can't read it, let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Let me see, said the blind man. Yeah, she probably thinking she would have been grateful if she was in Monique. Yeah, if she could have been, I'm telling you. But Cookie is not alone. Cookie is, a lot of these women that's criticizing Cookie is just like Cookie. They would have been grateful to be there for him to talk to them crazy and have them washing his big old drawers and folding up them bed sheets he called t-shirts and stuff. And they would have just been, yes, boss, anytime, boss, whatever you say, boss. They'd have been good little slaves and they'd have been happy. And so how dare you? And they, she still got to pay the pretty tax. And they feel like, well, you pretty. And that's why you think you too good to do it. And it's a lot of bitterness and nastiness there. Cookie probably felt like if it was her, she'd been happy to do it or whatever. But she definitely took sides. And I look at Monique like, okay, I get what you're saying, and I would feel the same way about her too. But at the same time, baby, you met her through him. You could not think that she was going to stand with you against this man. You met her through him. The people you meet through a man, them is his people. They never your people like that. I won't say never, but 9.99 times out of 10, they're going to stand with their man. But I asked myself, wait, is this a trainer? No, the trainer was a homosexual. This somebody I think was on another reality show or something like that. I'm not sure, but I think so. So let's see what this person said about Cookie, this Jamie Tyler person. This person says, pertaining to Cookie, I've been quiet about this topic for 2 years now, and I'm so glad that Psychopath has finally been blasted in public by other reality TV fans and talent. We already knew it was her when it happened, but the former detective in me wanted that hardcore evidence from a private investigator at the time. So this person said they had a private investigator that tracked down that the fake Twitter page that put that stuff out was Cookie's page. That's what this Jamie Tyler person is claiming. I don't know it's true, but that is what they're claiming. Now, 2 years later, she has popped up on RHOP being pressed and messy once again for fame and clout and starting ish with the cast members she hates on their show and still running fake troll pages on social media trying to ruin people's images and families. Well, I want to thank Monique for blasting her and exposing how fake and scandalous that woman truly is. Be careful who you call friends in these DC streets. Now, that's what the Jamie Tyler person says about Cookie. I'm going to say this. I need to know which page is Cookie page so I can see what all Cookie done put out, because I don't want to take nobody's word for nothing and run with nothing. Divine Miss M say people saying Cookie is a stalking ex-con with several social media pages. Yeah, people say a lot of stuff, but I need facts. Sans emotion. I need it. What's up, Cent 58? Thank you for being 104. Because my name ain't Milagro. I need facts. I ain't running with nothing. Yeah. So, anywho, what we do know is at least Monique believes it was Cookie's page. This Jamie person is claiming she had an investigator, and I'm just like, girl, why would you hire a private investigator about a Twitter page? That seems weird. And it doesn't sound like this Jamie person is close with Monique, but this is what somebody said, and it's making the rounds. I don't know if she has the page. Oh, Jamie is from the Carlos King show too. Okay, well then maybe that's why. Maybe Cookie said something about her, and so she needed something. Maybe that's why she got a private investigator. So that does lend a little more credence to what she's saying. But at the same time, do I know it? No. Now, if she wants to put out what the private investigator that she paid for dug up and post that to social media, I would be more than happy to take a look at it and broadcast it. Also, we do know that Cookie's on Chris' side. Chris dead wrong. I'm not sure how she could still be on his side, but Cookie is on Chris's side. And I understand too a lot more as to why Monique don't see it for Cookie, because I wouldn't either. Jamie is a man, not a woman. Jamie is a man. Okay, thank you for that, because y'all know I didn't watch none of the Carlos King shows like that, because y'all know I don't like him. But thank you for that. She is a friend to Karen. And so that's the other thing. So she's friends with Karen. So that's how she got in and amongst the crew or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe Karen got Cookie on her squad so Karen can have Cookie put out what she wants put out about her as opposed to what people want to put out. Okay? I'm just saying. Y'all done told me I see Retired Detective Love and Marriage DC. I ain't never watched one episode. I just couldn't be bothered. But yeah, thank y'all for, giving me a little more insight as to who the Jamie person is. Shout out to Jamie. But Jamie, if you want to release what the private investigator you hired dug up on Cookie, as well as the name of the pages that you have proven via private detective are Cookie's, please do so we can go ahead and take a look at it. But I'm not going to jump out on a limb and go to saying a God picking thing until I know. And I'm so glad that I moved that way. Shout out to Megan Pete, little Megan, the Stallion. Okay. Clay's soon to be fiance. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For winning her lawsuit against Milagro Graham. Because what she should not have been doing, Milagro Cooper, whatever that girl real name is, shout out to her for winning her lawsuit against that girl for sitting up telling 100 lies on her. And let that be a lesson to any and everybody who decides just because you don't like a person that's saying things that are not true is okay. It is not okay. I always say the truth. If you don't know if something's true, don't say it. But absolutely, if you're in a courtroom following court proceedings, we all witness you there. Please don't come out of the courtroom and report things that did not happen when we can look at transcripts and see that what you said didn't happen. Don't do that. Yes. Heavy on Clay soon to be fiance. Mm-hmm. Soon to be Mrs. Thompson. Okay. Auntie Eva, send it to me. Don't tell me where to go because I'm not going. You can send me like an actual video in my inbox in Discord and I'll go look. But I'm not going to dig up a cotton picking thing. No. Because just like this Jamie person got on here and said this on social media, he could have just made it easy for us. I'm not digging for nothing. I don't know him. Not being funny, but I don't know him. But yeah, this is why I'm always very careful because I will never be sued for making up stories on NT-BIT. That is not how I move. So with that being said, let's look at who else had a little interview of a sort that I think we need to listen to because the thing with Jossie and Tia, it make a lot more sense now. And what I'm talking about, y'all, is the fact that everybody, including me, was like, dang, Jossie, you went real hard on Tia for, saying that Mr. Sunshine was trying to holler. Hey, Kandi Butler, thank you for being 106. Well, now it makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense. So y'all listen to what Jossie had to say, talking to this young man on the interwebs, and y'all gonna see why Jossie went off on Tia the way she went off on Tia. Want to hear it? Here it go.
Well, now at the table, you let Tia know, let's go if you want to go. And there was a lot of response about it.
It sure was.
Do you regret it or do you stand beside how you felt at the table?
No, I definitely don't regret it. I absolutely stand beside how I felt at the table because at the end of the day, I literally had a very calm conversation with Tia when that happened. It was very friendly. It was very, let me draw a boundary because I know that you don't know me yet. Let me let you know where I am.
Let me pause this to say, now Tia brought her butt over here to the Bravo Shade Room and left a comment. Matter of fact, let's just read Tia's comment because, girl, matter of fact, no, I'm going to let Jossie finish and then we're going to read Tia's comment. Because see, I like you pretty good. But girl, don't play crazy. Y'all listen to what Jossie had to say first.
I'm in my relationship as to why that's kind of offensive. First of all, Tia, you don't know how these girls get down. You saying that could mean that if I'm down, you could hook me up. And you're still getting to know this group and that kind of answer.
Shout out to Jossie for being spatially aware. She said, I know how that can go in this group. So Jossie's making it very clear, painfully clear, that she knows in this group of women sitting up saying stuff like, making jokes like that about, her being on a trip and some man flirting at her, that she know them women in that group, namely Giselle, can twist that thing up like a pretzel or some saltwater taffy. And before it's finished, it'll be Jossie was cheating with Mr. Sunshine 12 days before her wedding. So shout out to Jossie for being aware of who the hell she was around.
Group can later mean that, somebody brings up something that's just not true as to who I am and who my character is. So I wanted to draw a line with Tia, and I did that very calmly, while we were in the van that same day. And I also explained to her, hey, like, I personally don't like stuff like that. Like, I get it, and maybe you don't mean any harm, but don't do stuff like that.
Well, now at the table, you let Tia know, let's go if you want to go. And there was a lot of response about it.
It sure was.
Do you regret it or do you stand beside how you?
Don't mean any harm, but
don't do stuff like that, and let's just keep this between us. The very next day, she had already told everyone that was in her side of her nanny's quarters that what the situation was, what had happened. So when it was even halfway brought up, I just snapped, because I'm like, oh no, Tia, you sitting here, you over here quiet, you've been trying to be like, you know, you don't want any smoke, but I actually asked you not to say that, and you even bringing it up. Okay, girl, you haven't had a big argument yet, you want one with Jazzy? Let's go then. Like, come on, let's go. Because she was already like, oh my God, you're going to be so mad at me and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're about to get your ass cussed out, girl.
Oh my God. And there is a missing caveat.
And it wasn't even necessarily about the scenario. It was more so about the fact that, like, are you trying to be funny, Tia? Because clearly we had a conversation on the van. You made it to me as if you understood where I was coming from and how you would keep this between you and I. And then by the time we got to the table, I guess the news was running dry and she wanted to be a part of, you know, conversation. So it was like, raw, that don't mean any harm. But
So that does make more sense, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with the situation at the table. I'm like, well, dang, hey, Brooklyn Queen for you. Hey, Carrie Clark. Hey, Lady Blue. For me, low key, I felt like, well, dang, Jossie, did you get some get back on that man and you don't want him to think that, you know, nothing going on, when really something was left out. She said her and Tia had talked about it quietly after Tia made the first joke on the van. They talked quietly one-on-one and was like, girl, don't do that, because you don't know these girls in this group, and it could turn into this, it could turn into that. And Tia acted like she understood what she was saying, and then turned around and went to spreading that amongst the women intentionally after the girl talked to you and said, hey, don't do that, because I don't need that with these chicks, because I know where it can go. You don't know these girls, and I'm telling you, I don't need that this 12 days or 14 days, however many days it was before her wedding. Now it makes a lot more sense. Now, to be honest, up until this, I really didn't have no big problem with Tia, which I told y'all, I noticed Tia like to insert herself in other people's mess. And y'all was like, oh, well, that's the only way she gonna get camera time. Okay, I hear you. But if somebody sit down and tell you, hey, you don't know these girls, do not do that with me. This is my real life, my real wedding, my real marriage, and I don't need this real mess. So do not do that, and ask her nicely, and you pretend like you understood it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't play crazy when that girl go left on you, because you wanted that. You shopped for that, you put it in the cart, you rung it up, and then that girl cashed your check. Yeah, Tia is trying to start mess slightly. Yeah, she was trying to start mess. That's what she was trying to do. And little Jazzy let her know, like, girl, it can go any way you want it to go. Okay?
Back up, which was so stupid. So I'm just like, Tia, it's 14 days before my wedding. You don't know me like that. And I told you don't know me like that yesterday as to why this offended me. So now I'm just like, it's not a joke. Like, you playing with somebody's marriage, baby. And you playing in amongst the wrong group. So don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I've known you a few weeks. So people want to say I was dramatic about it, XYZ, but it gave you're trying to be funny if I literally told you, hey, I don't like that. That's a boundary. We're on the same page. We moved along from it. But once I found out that, like, oh, I had already told them that I felt so bad. Why are you even talking about it? What do you mean you've already told them? Just shut your mouth about it. Back up, which was so stupid. So I'm just like, Tia, 14 days, we're the same person.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we saw that. So makes a lot of sense. But let's get into Tia's comment in Bravo Shade Room. So she says now, and she added Jesse, I am not one to talk about the show. I really haven't spoken on this because I know you were a little embarrassed by how you come across. No, she not. That's an American girl, baby. We are never embarrassed by dragging a hoe. Never. That's not our culture. That's yours. Which I understand. But if you continue to paint this picture in efforts to spin things, I'm going to have to speak on this for myself. Go ahead. There are witnesses to what happened that day. For you to try and suggest I wanted a moment with you when I barely filmed with you full time is pure insanity. If I wanted a moment with someone, it wouldn't be you. Secondly, it's not my nature to deliberately create conflict with anybody. If I ever cause offense, knowingly or unknowingly, I'll be the first to apologize, which I did. Furthermore, you and I both know what happened the minute the cameras went down at the restaurant. So please be honest and stop suggesting that this is something it isn't. Girl, it don't matter what happened when the cameras went down. She said she asked you to stop doing that. And at that table, Tia, she said Then they're like, I talked to you on the bus about it, and you tried to giggle and laugh and play it off, and acting giggly and playing it off. So she even mentioned then that she talked to you on that van about it, or the bus, or whatever you want to call it. So at this point, Tia, you full of crap, Suge. You full of crap. The girl asked you not to do it. You did it. You thought it was funny, and then she cussed you out. And stop projecting your culture on other people. Black American girls ain't never embarrassed by dragging a hoe. Never. Never. Ever. And we'll do it again. Right. Jessie never said she wanted a moment. She said you was being messy. Now that's what she said. She said you was being messy. And if you wanted it with her, you could have it with her. I know there's a lot of things culturally that you proudly broadcast that you do not understand. And if you do not understand our dialect well, let me help you out and explain what she's saying. When she say, if you want it with me, that does not mean that you want a moment, darling. That means if you want smoke, she'll strike a match. She's saying if you want smoke, she got firewood. She's saying if you don't know how to be respectful and you want to keep trying people, that she can nuck if you buck. She's saying if y'all is outside of the club and you think she a punk, that she can go to the trunk of the, she can go to the Chevy and pop the trunk. Cause she ain't never scared. Now that's what she's saying. She ain't said nothing about you wanted no moment. Don't try to argue points that ain't nobody made, honey. Don't do that. And stop projecting. Stop projecting. We are Black American women, sugar. We ain't never embarrassed by dragging a hoe. Never. We'll drag you in church. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth to all my sisters out here. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. Is it not true that a soul sister, because we the only soul sisters, everybody else is whatever they are? Put a 1 in the chat. This for my soul sisters. If you don't mind, if you have to drag a hoe at altar call at church, if you don't mind, if you got to drag them at a funeral during the 2 minutes, please. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't mind, if you got to drag a hoe at a wedding. If you don't mind, if you got to drag a hoe at a PTA meeting. If you don't mind, if you got to drag a hoe at the White House. If you don't mind, if you got to drag a hoe outside the courthouse. You see all the ones, Tia? We don't mind. We ain't embarrassed, and we don't care. It would behoove you when a sister is trying to be more mature and explain to you, hey, these are my boundaries. Because a lot of times we have to grow to the point of being able to articulate ourselves in a certain way. See, when we're younger, we don't articulate our boundaries. You find out our boundaries after we beat the snot out you. Yeah, that's usually when you learn our boundaries, when we're younger. But see, as we grow, yes, we can beat you at church because the Lord was going to see it anyway. That's true. In church, out of church, wherever. Yeah, that's what we do. That's right. Tell them again, baby. Yes, anywhere, any which way. But see, once we get to a certain age, we grow and we learn to use our words and to communicate what our boundaries are. And so once we've grown to that point where we have a certain level of sophistication and polish, where we've learned to use our words and to communicate to you what our boundaries are, and you show yourself to be a habitual line stepper, when we then have to drag a hoe, we ain't never embarrassed. In case you was confused on who we are. While our melanin may be similar, our cultures are starkly different. We are never embarrassed, ever. And you can bet your bottom dollar, should. That's my sis, Marilyn. Marilyn McGowan in the house. Hey, boo, we love you. Yeah, funeral, court, it don't matter. It don't matter for us. It's all good. Anywhere I do. Anywhere I do. Fish fry, block party, christening. It don't matter. Hey, Delicia, thank you for being 120. Evie says, I feel extra tired if I communicate properly and then you try it. Yes, because we've now taken extra steps to prevent us from having to drag you. And you made a conscious decision to step across the boundary and border that we have adequately communicated to you. That was a choice. Right, Brooklyn Queen, for you, with a smile on our face. Yes. Oh, yes. Say, oh, you bold fighting on a plane now. I'm bad, but I ain't that bad. Yeah, it's going to take a lot to make me beat you on a plane. That no-fly list is real. Hey, Hood Star, thank you for being 112. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Divine Miss M says she best be thankful Jazzy gave her grace. Yes, yes, yes. Heavy on the you made a concession, you made a conscious decision to try me. That's what you did. That's what you did. I do love us. I love us. I absolutely adore us. I do. I do. But I do feel as though Wendy has adapted to being around Black American women a lot better than Tia. Maybe we should give Tia a little bit more time to adapt to us, while she in comment sections projecting her Yoruba culture onto Black American women. We ain't never embarrassed, but we will embarrass you. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. Now she poured a drink on your head on purpose. Yep, she Gossip News, she ain't lying. She'd have been calling me from jail, and I'd have been upset and going to get her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quiet Storm say my one is late because my hands was occupied, but I was sure nodding my head with all the ones. Yes. Hey, Kalisha. So yeah. So that's what happened with Jossie. Jossie filled in the blanks, and now I understand better why Jossie gave her a good old telling off, a good old cussing out. It was still a cute little cuss out. She ain't go all the way to the left, and it could have. So praise the Lord that it did not go all the way to the left. So we got to get into the Tamar and the funky Dineva of it all. I can't believe we got to go into this, and yet we do. So apparently they ain't finished. And while I'm pulling it up, let's talk about Dr. Jackie Funky Tail. Y'all, Dr. Jackie is a disgusting imp from the bowels of hell. Dr. Jackie is back on that television on the Medicare show talking about people's health again. So one of the new ladies on there, Brandy, Brittany, whoever, I don't watch that mess and I'm never going to watch it. I'm only talking about Dr. Jackie because she's a disgusting creature and I'm going to call her out every single time. Every single time that kind of thing happens. Okay. Yeah, so this lady, she just for no reason, unprovoked, do you have a swollen thyroid, like, because she saw swelling on the lady's neck, so she starts, just trying to embarrass this woman. Jackie's disgusting. And I'm only pointing this out because some of y'all still watch the Medicare hoes. I don't know how y'all watch the Medicare hoes. I don't know how y'all support these kind of women, and yet you do. And then Dr. Hellishly decided that she was gonna play hypocrite because she feels like Toya shouldn't have mentioned her son, the jailbird. Because, I guess because he's her son, mind you, he only can talk about people's mothers, children, families, money, houses, whatever. But, somebody mentions her son, and it is indeed the end of the world for her. Kandi Butler, thank you for the super sticker, sis. Thank you. It's my second support of the whole day, and I appreciate you. I do. Oh, Angie girl said that lady should have asked her why she can't have children. Now that's tough. Y'all tough. I don't know that I'm that tough. Oh, Adrian Marie sent me a cash app. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Let me send a heart back. Let me send a heart back. Thank you. I appreciate the love, sis. Third support of the whole day. Yeah. So she's all upset because apparently Toya told her that she would not be voting for her. Not now, not never. My sis got her crown back. We love you, sis. My sis rocking her crown. We're so glad to have you back, boo. We missed you. But yeah, Hellishly apparently was upset because Toya told her she would not vote for her, that she would never vote for her. I don't think anybody in their right mind would vote for Hellishly. But yeah, I just had to mention the hypocrite and the sick clown who is now, trying to embarrass a woman for having a thyroid condition because she saw swelling on her neck. And the fact that she did it in front of everybody, in front of cameras. Like Buffy Purcell ain't quit squawking yet after you not ran around, but you had an event and you got on a microphone in a room full of strangers and told everybody she was infertile. So now you're, on camera broadcasting somebody's thyroid, and Jackie had the audacity to take to social media to blame it on menopause. And that's why she said that it was menopause. And I'm like, wow. And there were literally people who were making excuses for Jackie when she did what she did to Mariah, when she did what she did to Buffy. Jackie's a disgusting person. Then all them heifers on there, disgusting. Lady Blue says Dr. Jackie's a miserable, dried up specimen of a woman. Mad because Curtis shows her no love. All right, Curtis and the Mole. Shout out to Curtis and the Mole. Thank you again, Adrienne Marie. She didn't have a problem when she told Mariah's daughter Ian wasn't her father. Well, I mean, Toya did that. Well, Toya went and said it at the beauty shop. That's what Toya said it at. Wait. Angie, thank you so much for the cash app, sis. Let me send a heart back. My fourth support of the whole day. Yes, makeup addict. She blamed menopause. And Miss Sparkle says it's a men a lie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Quiet Storm say now she know good and well menopause ain't made her like that. Oh no, that's evil. That did not come from menopause. No ma'am. Jackie is a liar. Jackie is a dried up little liar. That's what she is. That's what she is. Okay, so let's get to Dineva and Tamar because this is a mess. I do not truly understand what is happening. I don't. They are really going, they're going into it. Lord, let me make sure I got the one with all of the talking and everything that went on. Yeah, I got it. Lord help me. So y'all know where it started. Tamar was celebrating with him for the birthday or whatever. And decided to let everybody think that Quentin hit her in her mouth or Quentin let her get hit in the mouth or something happened to her and Quentin was involved. While I do not like, never will like, don't support or respect Dineva Quentin, that was a nasty thing to do. And I think we can all agree that what Tamar did was nasty, going to social media, saying that I don't know what happened, my teeth missing, there's blood on the floor, I was about to die, all this stuff, all this drama. Hey, Nashina M, thank you for the super chat, sis. My fifth supporter the whole day. She said, Dr. Jackie ain't sugar honey iced tea. Hey, Mitra. Hey, girl. And I agree. I can't do Jackie. I can't respect Jackie. Jackie's a horrible person, and she ought to be ashamed of herself. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. So let's share this screen. But yeah, what she did was nasty. He tried not to say nothing. Y'all remember when everything first happened between Tamar and Dineva? He asked her to, come out and say something, and we saw the text messages where she was like, oh, like let it blow over, like it was okay for people to be accusing him of having harmed or assaulted her. Like Tamar is a horrible friend. Hey, C Mays, just like according to what I'm hearing about this show, sound like she's a horrible sister and probably a horrible daughter. But anyway, let me share this screen and we're gonna get into this mess because Lord help us all. That's all I can say. This is a mess. This is a mess. So this is what was said after the fact, but let's get into what he said.
Be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendices had in front of me. Okay. All of that, your short and your booty shorts sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up. I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party, do y'all want to know why I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendices got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing. Okay. And the shit made me damn uncomfortable. Okay. Now, if anybody knows, since you want to be like this, let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth. It's Mendices and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you.
Uh-oh.
Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what. Okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendices and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you.
Uh-oh.
Just a messy sissy who couldn't wait to get Mad Day to tell her business, keep the messy punks from around you. Like, it would seem to me, Tamar, if you knew that I was holding on to all of this, that you would just leave me the fuck alone.
Uh-oh.
Baby, you didn't throw no party for me. If anything, you threw a pre-party for Mendices. Because he the one who went back upstairs with you. That lady husband. And see, y'all be around here in these blogs and shit thinking y'all be knowing what y'all be talking about. Folks be eating me up. And I just be sitting there. If only y'all knew. Just a messy sissy who couldn't wait to get mad. Only y'all knew. He's such a bad friend. If she was drunk, why he didn't go upstairs with her? That faggot just want to be around her. He just want to be around her because of XYZ. A real friend would have went upstairs with her. I didn't need to go upstairs with her because that lady husband went upstairs with her.
Uh-oh.
You absolutely right. A real friend would have went upstairs. Her real friend went upstairs with her.
Uh-oh.
Hold on one second. This is my auntie nursing home. Only y'all.
So that's how that ended, right? So Tamar couldn't leave it alone. Tamar couldn't leave it she couldn't give it no left alone. So she gonna post, and again, no tea, no shade. It didn't work. I don't know what didn't work, cause everybody was listening. Even people like me who don't even like him was listening. And so then him responded and said it absolutely did work. You the laughing stock of the whole internet. And his caption is, they all laughing at you. What didn't work was the bogus statement you released on that letterhead, just wasting the lawyer man good paper. No one believes you and everyone sees you for the Common attention seeker that you are. He put hashtag common. He calling this girl common, y'all. Y'all see how she can't just leave it alone? Too busy trying to get the last word. Lady, please go sing or sneak around with somebody else, man. Whatever you do, just leave me alone. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, Tamar need to leave him alone. What y'all think? Right. What ain't work? Because we all talking about it. Look to me like it worked. What y'all think? Miss Niecy, thank you so much for the cash app, sis. My 6th supporter the whole day. Thank you. Let me try to send a heart back. Yep, roll right off his tongue because it's the truth. The truth don't need no extra energy. The truth just roll off like honey. And Tamar know it's truth to that. She know it's truth to that. She do. Because she had put something on a lawyer letterhead trying to make it look like she was going to sue him. Let me see you sue him. Let me see you do it. Your common is deep. You can't call me common. Don't you call me common. I mean, don't you call me common. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I mean, don't you do it. Don't you try it. Not today, not tomorrow, not never. Yeah. Call that girl common. Not the whole time laughing at you. Oh, yes. Makeup artist say they always taught me not to make enemies with people who know your business. So she better leave it alone. Y'all, there was so many people in the comments. Oh, people done drugged me through the mud and I never told. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? Because it just depends. It depends. C. May say, indeed, because I believe he just touched the surface of telling her business. I think it's just the surface too. She need to leave it alone. She definitely do. Because see, Tamar make it with her sisters because they only gonna take it so far with her. You done made friends with somebody that's just as messy as you and got just as much of potential for a crash out as you. Tamar only win when she dealing with people that's too civilized and classy to take it there with her. She saw what happened when she went there with K. Michelle. We've been laughing and calling her a Muppet ever since. Divine Miss M say, I'm team no one, but he has too many details. I know that's right, sis. Oh, yes. Right. We on the limb together. This a mess. This is a mess. Even say I'm calling you common. The common piece he's knocking off. Okay. If we all have oh, I'm sorry. The moment it hit me. I mean, you ain't got to see it, but the people been seeing him come out of Tamar house at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to say that. You ain't got to see him, but the people who live over there by Tamar say that they seen him coming up out her house at 2 and 3 o'clock in the mountain. It's morning. Sunlight shines across your sleepy face. Listen, I don't want to go on back there, you know. What happened? Hey, Miss Lovely T, thank you for being 122. Now we can't turn back the hands of time. Y'all sing it in the chat, okay? KK, what's going on? Thank you for being 122. Yes, we stolen this moment. Come on, y'all in the chat. We forgot to face one simple fact. Yep. That he belonged to someone else. I'm just saying. Dineva left, but Mendici stayed. Mendici stayed. Yeah, That's the remix or whatever she said. I don't know what Yandy got to say. She ought to say the same thing she been saying when he's sleeping with all them other women. Yeah, we stole in the moment. They stole the moment. Yes, they slept the night away. Yep. Yep. And now he got to hurry home to face. Why? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. I'm gonna have to play some after we get over here. I'm gonna turn my music on. Yes, that's the remix. Mendici stayed. Yeah, As We Lay is the original, but Mendici Stayed is the remix. Yeah. No, I didn't miss the part where he called her bald-headed. I didn't need him to call her bald-headed. We already know she bald-headed. Yeah. Marilyn say, Tamar, you definitely wrong for this. Shaking my head. Girl, I couldn't even believe we went there. I couldn't believe we went there. Tamar need to leave that man alone before he tell everything he know. I'm just saying. Hey, y'all know that. Now you know that's the song. That is the song. Now, Tamar, this to me, this is an excellent opportunity for Tamar to reach out, and see if she can get the rights to redo this song. This is the time for her to redo it. I'm gonna just say that. This is the time for Tamar to come on and do a song. I would never want to hurt her. Oh no. Sing it, y'all. But she would never understand. Hey, you belong to me for just one night. Hey, as we slept the night away, Mendici stayed. That I want that to be her hook, though. I don't want her to say As We Lay. I want her to say Mendici stayed. That's the one she need to sing. One of the sisters already accused her of sleeping with one of the Tony's ex-boyfriends. Yeah, y'all forced me to watch that. I saw that. Yeah. Tamar gonna come back and say that she messed with Mendici's friend. The people say that he was coming out her house at 2 and 3 in the morning. That's what the people said. They didn't say his friend was leaving Tamar's house at 2 and 3 in the morning. They said Mendici's was leaving Tamar's house at 2 and 3 in the morning. Not the friend. Not the friend. Yeah. That's right, Marilyn. That's the hook. Mendici stayed. Yeah. Either that or she could sing Touch Me in the Morning. Because somebody was touching her in the morning. She claimed she got up and teeth was missing and her face was swollen. She had a black eye and blood everywhere. And the people say that hoe was out the same week at the club with not a scratch on her. Somebody touched her in the morning and walked away. That's all I'm saying. Something happened. Something happened. Because they just say Tamar is not in the in crowd in Atlanta. So she sleep with the in crowd man. Child, Mendici's ain't no in crowd. Come on now. Don't play, Sandra. Come on, sis. Come on. Ashley Kane said, does anybody remember what Raleigh said about Mendici's years ago during the reunion? No, we don't, but please regale us with the story. Divine Miss M says she ain't nothing but common. Yes. Yep. He called her common. You can't call me common. Them fighting words. Don't you call me common. Wait. Oh, the floor touched her. Oh, and let her lay there. And he left her there on the floor. Yeah, common is a read. You don't just be calling people. Don't call me common, please. I'm not that Baptist. I'm real Baptist, but I'm not Baptist enough for you to be calling me common. Don't call me common. So Tamar know exactly what happened to her that night. She sure do. She sure do. And she up here. I'm having a little jerky. Y'all have some. Well, yeah. But the nerve of her to let people go around and you claim this your friend telling you, hey, people is saying I did stuff to you, clear this up, and you acting like, oh, I'll make it up to you later. Ain't no make it up. That person got a brand too. I may not like this dude, but he got a right not to have people thinking he beat you up. And you went upstairs with that lady husband. Lord help. Lord help. That's all I can say. She know what happened to her. Why you talking about it didn't work? It sure worked. Got me on the internet tonight. Karma was what my granny would say when she spoke about a woman badly. Oh yes. If a heifer was a trollop or a chippy or a type of, or as my granny used to say, a spoken woman. Don't you call me none of them. I ain't no spoken woman. I don't be gallivanting, and I sure enough ain't common. Don't call me common. After he called her common, she ain't got but two options. She can either fight him or don't talk to him no more. Because I feel like by the time he done took it to the point of calling you common, the next thing he fire off is going to be the rest of your business that you don't want told. This ain't no good look. This right here, this ain't no good look at all. It's already starting to look a little funny because that young man, they called a DL whisperer, was over there talking to Tasha K. And he say that your ex-husband Vince was his first sugar daddy. And I believe him. That's all I'm gonna say. I am redeemed. Hey girl, say Yandy ain't entered the chat. No. Yandy home trying to figure out how she gonna play this. Yandy home trying to figure out how she gonna play this and what she gonna do. I feel like it's more to that story. We don't know if Yandy is the one that came over there to the house and was trying to fight her and stuff. We don't know what happened. We don't know. Look, y'all, I done did good. I need a piece of okra. I've been doing real good, and y'all just gotta, give me a little credit, but I got to get a piece. He asked his folks to send him receipts. I'm just saying, the boys say that Vince, Tamar ex-husband, her son daddy, was his first sugar daddy. I believe him too. I do. Sure do. Yep. She need to walk away and leave this man alone. He done called you common now. I feel like ain't nothing good coming after that. And that's what I think. Who was live selling body butter? Thank you. See, my sis say I have earned me an okra because I have been saying no to okra now for at least like 2 weeks. Bad as I wanted a piece of okra, I didn't get it. But this time, I had to get it. Oh, the DL Whisperer. I like the DL Whisperer. He be telling stuff. He be talking, be keeping it real. So I believe it's true because of the fact that Yandy and her husband ain't said a peep. Oh, they been quiet. Oh, Yandy over there selling body butter. She better sell that body butter and keep quiet. And I think if Yandy keeping quiet, it's probably because she probably the one jumped on Tamar. Because any other time, Yandy would have tried to say something to cover it up, spin it, clean it up. But the fact that Yandy ain't saying nothing, I feel like Yandy ain't saying nothing because she got something to lose in this equation, which to me would mean she figured out where he was, and she probably was the one who went over there to try and jumped on that girl. Yeah, he did say her people know she mental. He did say that. Yeah, that young man, he real cool. I like him. Wait, Yandy posted her a New York alibi, so she wasn't there. So she wasn't the one jumped on him. jumped on him. I wonder what happened. Oh, Mo say she think Andy sent goons over there. Hold on, let me put this screen, y'all, where y'all can tell me, give me y'all theories on this. I also want to know y'all opinion on that sneak peek on Potomac too. So y'all got Stacey Rush, and I blame the crowd because y'all was hyping her up. I'm not, because I don't like her. Talking about, oh, I'm the first black woman in Virginia with a cannabis business, and she talking about her friend talking about, oh yeah, on Juneteenth. Girl, don't be talking about no Juneteenth. And you up here don't even want to be Black American, lying, talking about you a Nigerian. You older than that whole goddamn country, but you was a whole Nigerian. Let you tell it based on a fake DNA test. Now you talking about, oh, you know, you did this information and whatever coming out on Juneteenth, and you the first black whatever. You're weird. I thought that was weird. And then that conversation between Wendy and Giselle, because Giselle buying her a car, which I like. You know, that Giselle is getting to spend some money. Her children away from home, she can actually wear better clothing, and she trying to buy a car. Now, couple of things. What I didn't like was the fans in the comment sections mad at Wendy for saying that, okay, she could see that Stacey probably just liked stuff that she see people doing, don't know how to tell them, so she just kind of copied it a little bit, but she still likes Stacey. I didn't like the fans throwing a fit. Like, how dare she do that? Wendy supposed to been doing this. Wendy supposed to been protecting. Wendy supposed to defend her. Wendy turned on her. How did she turn on the girl? Like, some of y'all, not y'all in here, because I know ain't none of my folks in here like this, but some of the fans are sick and weird. You mean to tell me that I can't acknowledge that you did some weird stuff and still like you? Stacey did some weird stuff where Wendy was concerned. You trying to go to her stylist, you imitating the business that her and her husband is in, like you doing some copying, and that's okay because Wendy doesn't mind, obviously, right? But then at the same time, the girls say, but I like Stacey. I really like her. She's a sweet girl. I like Stacey. Giselle was like, okay, well, I ain't gonna give her no energy. You keep her. And that's what it was. But people was literally mad at Wendy for acknowledging that Stacey does move weird, but she said she liked her. I didn't see nothing. Wait, she said, Yandy say she set the girl up to get jumped on. What is we saying? Hold on. Not legally. But so I thought that was weird. And then it was listening to Giselle talk about Monique and they're at a, she really want to sit down and talk with her, and talking about, they was at a weird place, and she's talking about the binder and all this other stuff. And it's like, for some reason, Giselle has completely forgotten all the stuff she did to Monique. Like, literally. You sat down and plotted to tell people that this girl was going with a trainer that's a homosexual man. Then you plotted to tell people that her child didn't belong to her husband. And we found that out because Candace told it. And the fact that she had to tell y'all that was a stupid plan because the boy looked just like his daddy. And then after Candace and Monique got into it, you took it to the 100th power and bringing security to scenes as though Monique was going to attack you. But the binder is just like, we got to talk because I don't know, we was in a bad spot. It's like, Giselle, do you have amnesia? Now, this season, Giselle has been a lot better than she has been in past seasons, but her amnesia is not working for me. Her amnesia is not working for me. Talking about Stacey. Yeah, Stacey's definitely giving single black female. And I'm like, the person that she's copying the most, in my opinion, this season is Wendy. And I feel like if Wendy ain't got a problem with it, I don't either. You know what I'm saying? Wendy seems like she's amused by it. And so she says she still like the girl and it is what it is. So, last season she was copying Kenya Moore. She was definitely trying to channel Kenya Moore. Kenya didn't seem offended. So, you know what I mean? The people she copying ain't mad, so I can't be mad at that. What I will say, though, It's her anti-blackness is a lot for me. But I would say, I think also the people who really cut for Stacey and dig Stacey, I think they got a lot of anti-blackness too, because their response to Wendy even acknowledging that Stacey's behavior may be a little weird, it definitely gave Wendy, you're dark skinned, so your job is to protect this girl. And I didn't like that either. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't like it. It didn't do it for me at all. But yeah, that's the only thing I saw that looked like it might be interesting come Sunday. But I guess we'll find out at that time. Now, see, Lady Blue had to take us back in the time machine. She said Giselle's security guard looked like he wouldn't attack nothing but a cookie. I said then he looked like he was from Bubba Eddie and Tyrone's barbecue. She said her and Mendices set the fake date up. Oh, I remember that. With the other lady that was on the show, I remember y'all talking about it on social media. Mm-hmm. Well, look, y'all. Excuse me for chewing. But we've been here for 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 29 seconds. And I have enjoyed every single second of this live stream with y'all. Since ain't nobody want to hit the StreamYard and come talk to me, I'm not staying and reading Rainbow all night. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. But what I am gonna do is show y'all what I found before we get out of here. Look, I found an owl to go on my tree, which is a big deal for me because my auntie that passed, Mayola, her thing was lavender and owls, and I looked until I found a pretty owl to go on my tree. So I'm really, really excited for that. But y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all date. Oh, quick. Those of you who are royal family members, I do not have your Christmas wish list. If I don't have it, I need to have it. Thank you. Okay, so I can go ahead and swap them names out because I got my person. I'm going to just say that. I have my person. So we need to get them names swapped out. So y'all, please go onto Amazon, make your wish list, make sure it is shareable, and make sure your address is in there so it'll go straight to you. And then give me the link. Okay. So listen, y'all know what time it is, fam. Y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, on the way out, hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every single time we go live on this good channel. If you're in Discord, you're going to always know because I always tell my folks in Discord first. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because you know we're happy to have you here. If you want to join channel membership, remember there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Also in that description box, we have the link from my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. And the link is in the box. If you go to Amazon and type in my first name, it'll pop right up. And if you can't afford a book, but you want a little girl in your life to have one, contact me. All my information is scrolling. And I promise you, I will get one to you free of charge. Let's keep our daughters safe. Okay. Also in that description box, we have the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. We have the link for our Amazon storefront so you can shop for your home like I shop for mine. And we're glad you're back, sis. And we got the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to send some extra notebooks and pens, because I do be having to take notes and I run through pens like a track meet. I prefer the pens on the list, but if y'all see something you think will last longer, help a girl out, okay? But yeah, I appreciate any and all support, all the love, and you guys. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Do not forget to do your random acts of kindness because it matters. Let's make kindness go viral, okay? So as always, good night, sweet dreams, say your prayers, be kind to others. Remember to be positive and productive tomorrow. Encourage the ones around you and make sure you save some energy to encourage yourself. And in case no one else says it to you, always remember, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to you later, okay?